We never seem to measure up to all our cool and confident friends in our social circle, on social media, our creative and ambitious co-workers and bosses. We struggle to communicate meaningfully with our partner or kids. Or maybe we feel bad about ourselves because our parents are not responding well to us. Or it could just be a general sense of not feeling good enough that is making one feel restless, stressed, and unfulfilled.
Whatever it is that we are struggling with in any of the areas of our lives, recognizing the key, the root of the issues that we face would be the first step that we take towards causing a transformational change in our lives. And this can happen only with a deep-rooted understanding of our own selves. Without this experiential, grounded understanding of our own selves, we constantly try to rely upon something external to fill this gap, the void that arises because of the lack of self-awareness. That's the case with most of the things. Anything that we lack inside, our first solution would be to find something, to find a substitute from the external to fill it up. If we lack self-worth or self-confidence, we would start constantly looking out for approvals, constantly looking for validations. Isn't that how the social media rules today? We always want to be someone in others' eyes so that we can be someone in our own eyes.
I grew up in Bangalore city, and it's always been a very fast-paced, very quick growing city, and it was very easy to lose yourself into that mindset of people really not caring about the next person. And being an entrepreneur and a businessman, it did get me to a point of a lot of mental issues, a lot of health issues.
Living with inadequacy means one constantly experiences feelings of lack of self-worth. We might compare ourselves with others or develop defense mechanisms to cope with troubling thoughts, or decide to bury them deep and develop distractions to keep oneself diverted. But none of these ways would offer real solutions to the problems in hand. They would only serve as band-aid on a bullet wound.
Because of this constant lack of self-worth, we won't be able to give our best to the relationships that matter the most to us, to our partners, to our colleagues, to our friends, to our family. And we won't be able to give our best to our careers, our profession, our own health, to anything around us. Because we are always insecure, we are constantly afraid. And to cover up this fear, we start building layers and layers of mask around us.
It's not that you read in a book and then you listen to somebody and then you take on the agenda of being like a good human being, or, oh, I have to be loving today the whole day, or I have to be caring about everything, and I have to practice 5 acts of gratitude, or, it's not that.
So what then could be a lasting solution? In this program, you will be experiencing a deep process of change at the level of body, breath, and mind, immediately leading you to a higher understanding of the self. With this understanding, we relate better with others around us and make our actions richer with consciousness. Step by step, this program will thus allow you to discover an authentically happier and calmer you that is more sustainable and lasting. To achieve this inner transformation, we do not expect you to escape from your business, your work, family, or desires, but be very much in the midst of everything. This is important because anyone can experience periodical calmness away from the daily hustle and bustle of life. There are no triggers that remind you of your insecurities, of your inadequacy, that lead to unrest and stress in you. To be in the midst of your responsibilities, in the midst of your realities, in the midst of those people and situations that act as triggers, and to be able to experience inner calmness and security would be a true achievement, isn't it? That's when you can turn your everyday life into joyous engagements that you relish. And this won't be just a change, but a radical transformation.
We talk about practices not as isolated experiences from day-to-day life. Our practice is something much more wholesome and something, when applied, will basically make the whole experience of life or living more integrated, more wholesome, and more importantly, balanced and harmonized.
Here is how this program can help you. By enrolling in this program, you will be equipped with techniques that would make you an indisputable master of yourself. With these tools, you will feel self-worth and adequacy. And in this state of deep rest and calmness, infinite possibilities would open up for you, which are very critical to your career, your relationships, and your happiness.
I believe through my personal experience that the world can be a calmer place, the world can be a peaceful place, but not by we trying to make it calm or beautiful, and not even by making ourselves calm actually, but just by allowing ourselves to grow beyond the limiting self identities that we have labeled ourselves with. That's when we can see how adequate we are to our own selves. That's when we can see how whole and total we can be to our own selves.
When you make the decision to join hands with us and learn how to change your perception, you will then have the power to change your circumstances and environment. Kanda Patha, true self-discovery program for instant clarity and calmness.